I didn't even feel it. He's angry. He's an angry little elf. Mike Tyson, I thought that was a cute slap, buddy, but tomorrow you're getting knocked the fuck out. I'm fucking him up, Burial. I'm fucking him up. He hits like a bitch. It's personal now. It's personal now. He must die.
Nelly and Layzie Bone, two amazing rappers, have both shared their thoughts on the highly anticipated boxing battle between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul.
That was some bullshit. Motherfucker. All right,
I'm so glad my cat didn't eat no mat. That knee started to buckle. I was nervous. 58 years old. 27. Man, that's a hell of a fight in the jungle. Lions. But I think the better fight, Andre Ward. What Ward, by like 41 or something like that? 40, 41, somewhere in there. I think that's probably a way better fight.
Both of these rappers have aired their ideas on the matter. A recent interview in which they took part included a discussion of their thoughts on the war and the result of the conflict. It was Layzie Bone that made the following remark. Bro, Mike is 60 years old, and he is still the king, man. Together, he went the distance with a young buck like Jake Paul. He was able to go the distance. That's pretty much it, man. Thank you. Nelly indicated her agreement by nodding her head. In a nutshell, Mike Tyson is undeniably a legendary figure. He is held in very high esteem across the boxing community. Mike continues to be the champion of the people, despite the fact that Jake Paul managed to emerge triumphant from the fight. When asked about Jake Paul's performance, Nelly answered by saying, "Jake did his thing, man." This was in response to the performance being questioned. The combination of heart and grit was on display. Nevertheless, let's not sugarcoat the fact that Mike Tyson is a depraved human being. However, he still possesses skills despite this. After that, Layzie Bone proceeded by saying, "Yes, Mike still possesses that intimidating quality, man." There is a fair likelihood that Jake Paul experienced some level of anxiety prior to participating in the ring with him. Despite the fact that Mike Tyson has been defeated, Nelly and Layzie Bone are of the opinion that he still has a great deal to add to the competition. Mike Tyson is still a force to be reckoned with, Nelly said in response to one of the previous statements. He may not be as young as he used to be, but he's still got that fire in his belly. After careful consideration, Layzie Bone arrived at the following conclusion, and at the end of the day, Mike Tyson is still a monster. There is no question that he remains the unrivaled king of boxing. Additionally, Nelly and Layzie Bone addressed their opinions on the future of boxing, as well as the impact that social media would have on the sport. They also examined the impact that social media would have on the activity. Man, social media has completely altered the overall game, Nelly told the audience. Fighters have been given a platform that enables them to interact with fans and promote themselves, which has been tremendously beneficial. As a consequence, however, it has brought about a great deal of both enthusiasm and fear. After that, Layzie Bone proceeded by saying, and it's not just about the fighting any longer, for man. In this context, the persona, the brand, and the product itself are all extremely important parts. In today's world, it is essential for warriors to also be entertainers. A question was posed to Nelly about the current state of boxing, and he responded by saying, "Boxing is still the sweet science, man. On the other hand, things have evolved. At this moment, the spectacle is the dominant focus of attention. There is a desire among people to watch a show." By giving a slight nod, Layzie Bone communicated her agreement. Jake Paul is the one who comes into play at this time, dude. He is the participant. In the realm of social media, he has become a phenomenon. The sport is experiencing an altogether new level of excitement as a direct result of his participation in it. At the end of the day, Nelly came to the following conclusion. At the end of the day, boxing is still about the love of the sport, young man. In addition, boxing will continue to be an important sport so long as we continue to cultivate that enthusiasm for the sport. Moreover, Layzie Bone made the following remark. Word, man. When it comes to boxing, we are in good hands. We are witnessing the rise of a new generation of soldiers, and they are ready to leave an impact. During the course of the conversation, Nelly and Layzie Bone shared their thoughts on the prospect of a rematch between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul through their respective points of view. Nelly added, "I believe Mike wants a rematch, man," adding, "I believe. It is my opinion that this person is a competitor. It is important to him to show that he is valuable." By giving a slight nod, Layzie Bone communicated her agreement. In addition to that, Jake Paul is going to want to show that he is worth something, dude. It is of the utmost importance that he demonstrates that he is not merely gifted with a single hit. "I believe that it is going to take place, man," Nelly said in response to a query about the probability of a rematch taking place. "It is going to be even more momentous than the initial war that ended up taking place when it finally does take place." Layzie Bone proceeded by adding, "Man, who knows what the future holds? If we pay for it, we might even be able to watch it. Every single one of the rumors is going to be proven true." Before coming to a conclusion with their conversation, Nelly and Layzie Bone talked about the impact that the fight had on the sport of boxing. This discussion took place toward the end of the presentation. Nelly was the one who made the announcement, "Man, boxing is back. And it's here to stay." By giving a slight nod, Layzie Bone communicated her agreement. "Man, the excitement has come back to this place. We have a responsibility to ensure that it continues to be in that state." They are excitedly anticipating the next move that either of them will make in the boxing world, which continues to be humming with excitement. Fans of both Mike Tyson and Jake Paul are eagerly anticipating the next move that either of them will make. In the ring, will they once again compete against one another? One thing that can be said with complete certain is that the entire boxing community will be watching the event with bated breath. This is the one thing that can be said with total certainty. During this time, Nelly and Layzie Bone are both putting in a lot of effort to ensure that their individual music careers continue to progress. The most recent album that was released by Nelly is titled Heartland, and it has been generating a lot of talk in the music business. Similarly, the most recent mixtape that Layzie Bone has produced is titled Bon Appetit, and it has been getting a lot of attention from both fans and critics alike. Although they're focusing on their music commitments, Nelly and Layzie Bone are both keeping a careful eye on the boxing scene. This is despite the fact that they are both heavily involved in the sport. Nelly famously said, "Boxing is in my blood, man." This is a quote that rings true when it comes down to it. The fact that I am a fan will never change. By giving a slight nod, Layzie Bone communicated her agreement.
"Who knows what can happen to you, dude?
We might even be able to compete against each other in the ring at some point in the future. Who knows? For the time being, fans will be able to continue to take delight in the excitement of boxing as well as the music of Nelly and Layzie Bone. Time is the only thing that can tell us what